day by day, dear Lord, from thee 3 things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Good morning. What we're going to be talking about this morning is going to be as simple as a child's prayer in school. To see God more clearly. To see him more clearly. You see, every day when you go about your life's runs, you come across issues, and because of your experience with God, the way you have allowed him to walk and the level to which you have allowed him to walk with you, you're able to discern what the reply to a question should be, what the solution to a problem is. Is wisdom working in you? But beyond that, when your desire to see him more clearly is so that you can see when he's saying no, even though this is how the answer should normally be, but you see him clearly. You can see that he's saying no. And so when nobody can understand why you're going the way you're going, it's because you see him, that you are able to know that this is not where he wants you to go. When I'm saying to see him will also include to hear him. When you see you're seeing him, you're hearing him, you know where he's moving, you know what is moving. What he's saying. So the see will include hearing. To see him more clearly. That should be the heart desire of anyone. Now, on this program, I usually, what I believe my assignment is to help people who love God to understand their walk with God better. Not to place any burden on you that has been placed, that people are placing all around and heaping on your heads. No, but to help you understand, to just understand your walk better and to help you walk better with God. Simple. So this is one of the key things about walking with God, to see him more clearly. So apart from having the wisdom, from experience, for instance, if you know love and you have learned about love from God, you have read about love from the Bible, then it's clear that you understand certain things you shouldn't do because of the law of love. Because of the law of love, love does not hate, love is patient, love is kind, love, it perseveres and all that. Because of that, there's certain things you don't do. Wisdom given to you based on the word of God. But outside that, beyond that, there is the knowing that comes from seeing God more clearly. That is what is, that is what today's program is about. That you may see him more clearly. And seeing him more clearly is as simple as you desiring to see him more clearly. As like the child asking God that this request I place before you, to see you more clearly. So to see him more clearly is to hear him more clearly, And then the song goes on to say, and to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly. To love God more dearly. Oh, I think the most beautiful part of this journey is loving God. Because there's nothing not to love about God. Like human beings, your children, your husband, your wife, your relatives, you love them. And then sometimes they do things that, things that are below expectation. They fall below your expectation of them. And then, because you love them, you still keep loving them. But you know that they are human. They can make mistakes. They do things, But when it comes to God, as he unfolds before you, your love can only grow because there is no blemish in God. So when you love God, you see, it has the capacity to grow to any length. Because you can only keep understanding him the more. And the more you know of God, the more beautiful it is. So to love him more dearly, that is the plight, the heart desire of anyone who loves God. That should be the heart desire of you and I, anytime, any day. That if I can love God more, dearly, there is so much blessing that it is to the world. Now I remember the story of this story of a girl that was said that the little girl was sleeping in her room and there was thunderstorm. And so the mother went to the room to go and see her and then to pacify her and then tell her to, no, don't worry, Pele, sleep and all that. And he was like, no, I don't want to sleep here. I'm scared. And then the mother said, don't be scared. Jesus is here. And the little girl said, yes, you stay inside this room with Jesus. Let me go and stay in that room with Daddy. As funny as that is, but that is what it is. As a new believer, as a young believer, you may find it difficult to be all by yourself with God and be content. God's presence, God's friendship may not be enough for you. You want to also be with other people. You want to be, with other people. But the more you grow, God's presence with you becomes more and more enough. And that is what you should seek. To, when you see him more clearly, you love him more dearly. Loving him more dearly helps you to be in his presence. When somebody is shacking you, you're in a love relationship, someone is shacking you. You don't mind the fact that it's only the two of you that are outside in the cold somewhere, or the two of you are walking on the street and it's a very long walk. In fact, the longer the better, because you love this person and he's shacking you or she's shacking you. So same way, the more you grow, when the child is asking that I want to love you more dearly, when you love God more dearly, his company is enough for you. Now, that also means his approval is enough for you. Look at one of the things that I mean, as you are watching this video, for instance, now, there's one thing about, I know it's the Lord that asked me to go and be doing the video. And then, sometimes you just find out that people are not watching. They are not coming online. How many views all through the day? As you're feeling that, the thing that comforts you is the fact that you know that he is watching. The one who asked you to go and be doing the video is watching. So you see, one of the things that, as you mature, that should happen is that you love him more dearly. His company is enough for you. So here am I. If only one person, if only 100 people watch at the end of 1 week, and I'm feeling like there are thousands of people out there, millions. Why? The fact that he is watching and he is the one that asked me to do should be enough for me. Now here, that's the thing. So that anything he asks you to do, no matter how tedious, no matter how unappreciated, no matter how it looks, or you are not seeing the result you expect, when you are growing and maturing in God, the fact that God is watching and is pleased will be enough for you. That's when you are loving him more dearly. The other one is to follow him more nearly day by day. Follow him more nearly. Oh, just as it is when you see him more clearly. You see, when you see him more clearly, you're able to follow more nearly. And then when you to follow him more nearly, in the Bible, you have instructions from the Bibles, from the Bible. So you can actually know from instructions in the Bible what to do and what not to do to a large extent for your daily living. But beyond that, there are things as you are in your life, there are things, issues you come across, and they are not as clear cut as that. So when when you see him more clearly, when you hear him, you see him more clearly, you hear him clearly, and you walk with him, like more nearly, what happens is that it is, you are now able, to discern what to do when it's not clearly stated. When it's not clearly stated, even in the Bible, you know what to do, because he beckons, he nudges. You see, like the Lord himself nudges you as to what to do in a particular situation. Even the wisdom that you have learned teaches you that you should go this way, the Lord can nudge you to go the opposite direction. That is because you are walking with him more nearly. You are knowing him more. In fact, it gets to a point that when he will speak to you, you dare not share what he has said to you with another person, because they will say you are crazy, because this is not even biblical. Walk with him more near. Just, these are the 3 things you pray every day when you walk with him more nearly. Now, that's not to say that you don't fall behind once in a while. Everyone will fall, as in, he's supposed to be your guide. The Holy Spirit is your tour guide. So he's taking you on this journey of life. That's how it's supposed to be, side by side with him. But once in a while, you fall, away, and you get distracted, and he has gone. A tour guide is taking a lot of people. So it's like when he's going, he has passed you, he has gone. And here you are where you are. But the good thing is, as soon as you discover that, what if they have left me behind, and you just look up. That's why it says looking up to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. You just look up. As soon as you look up to God, he beckons. You can see him. He's telling you, okay, come. And you go and join them where they have gotten to. This is how it is. So pray that prayer every now and then. Let your heart be in it, and desire those 3 things of God. Those 3 things of God. I know that, of course, you have needs, you have all that. Desire 3 things of God. To see him more clearly, love him more dearly, follow him more nearly, day by day. And when you do, you understand you're able to follow God as he should, and it's a blessing in every way. Thank you for watching. Again, let's meet tomorrow, 7 a.m. I'll be here. Bye.